Welcome to the Athletic Brewing post-race report. This was another thrilling Ironman Pro Series race. Let's take a look at the men's and women's highlights from today's action at Ironman 70.3 Mont-Tremblant.
Yes, well, we got underway here this morning. A little bit of a delay. We were down to 1,170 metres on the normal 1.9 kilometres or the 1.2 miles because we had a little bit of weather. We had some gnarly wind out at the far end of the course, so we went down to 1,170 metres. But it was João Pereira from Portugal that got off to a good start. Ben Canute right on his feet, a little bit choppy to get it all started, but it was Matthew Marquardt that got his way onto the bike inside of the top 5 and then out onto the bike course. Lionel Sanders was really working the pedals today.
He was a man on a mission to prove he's back from that injury that sidelined him, and he took over on this hill. The group of 3, suddenly a group of 4, but not for long, Greg, because Lionel Sanders and Justin Reel, the American, got away, and they were chased into T2.
Matthew Marquardt, the young American, off the bike in first place today. He was off to a good start, but it was Lionel Sanders that got onto a good run early on, overtaking Justin Reel, as Justin was having one of the best days of his career.
But then cramps befell the man from USA, Matthew Marquardt. He walked, he shook it off, and he got back to it, but it was not easy because as soon as he started running again, Greg, what we saw was this man, Ben Canute from USA, catching him up and making it a battle.
And all the way down to the wire was Ben Canute and Matthew Marquardt were having a battle royal out there, but it was Lionel Sanders that didn't know what was going on behind him. Not that he really mattered because he won the Ironman 70.3 Mont-Tremblant here today, but it wasn't right up until the last 250 metres where Ben Canute was so good on the downhill and he captured that second place, getting those very important points over Matthew Marquardt.
And the women got underway in similar fashion. Delay due to wind, a shortened swim, but the competition and the gusto with which they charged into the water was equally high. The women got out there, and guess what? Paula Finlay was trying to set the tone. Ellie Salthouse matching her. They got a little disoriented in the chop, but it didn't stop them from getting into T2 quickly.
No, and Paula Finlay coming off some really good cycling form, didn't waste any time to overtake Ellie Salthouse and really put her stamp of authority on this race. We knew that she was in great cycling form, but it wasn't right up until the last part of the bike that she accelerated away from Salthouse. Salthouse was a pesky little athlete that was just sitting there but riding strong, but it was Paula Finlay to get away first on the run.
And into T2, she had room to breathe. She took a nice transition and tried to stay away from the Aussie Ellie Salthouse, who came out in second. All eyes were going to be on the Canadian Tamara Jewett, who transitioned very quickly and found her form immediately in transition and hit that Hoka run course with the fury that she's known for, really going to try and get her way a couple steps up the podium.
Yeah, we're almost 8 minutes down, getting off the bike and heading out onto the run course behind Paula Finlay. And Paula wasn't wasting any time of her own, and she just ran the perfect race today, running nicely down through the city square here in Mont-Tremblant at the village and taking the race today. Ironman 70.3 Mont-Tremblant champion Paula Finlay of Canada, the former #1 in the world at the Olympic distance. But look at this, inside the last 300 metres, it was Tamara Jewett that caught up to Ellie Salthouse and steal. Yes, she literally stole second place right at the very end, and the Australian just getting across the line in third place today, running out of real estate just like Matthew Marquardt. So the men's results today here at Ironman 70.3 Mont-Tremblant. Lionel Sanders from Canada gets the job done. Ben Canute in second place. Matthew Marquardt in third.
And Justin Reel for 4. Jackson Laundrie 5th, with Leiferman, Lucy, and Ferreira going through 6 and 8. Osborne and Such coming out in the top 10.
Great top 10 on the men's. On the women's side of things, it was Paula Finlay getting the job done on the women's side, and Canadian Tamara Jewett running from well down off the bike into second place. Ellie Salthouse and Grace Tech both from Australia in the top 4.
And 5 and 6, 2 Americans, Alexander and Strelo, then Aaron Schenkels, Sarah True, Gabrielle Lumkes, and Alice Alberts round out our top 10 today.
And now let's take a look at the overall standings in the Ironman Pro Series. On the men's side, it's Matthew Hansen, no change there. However, Jackson Laundrie's gone up 5 into second, and Colin Such into third place, up 2 spots. Leiferman and Reel are also in there, up 6 and 6. And there's Matthew Marquardt from the USA. He's gone up 14 spots and slips inside of the top 8.
A lot of movement today for the men. How about the women? We saw equal traction. Kylie Simpson holding her top spot in front of Fenella Langridge and Jackie Herring, Lottie Vilms, Hannah Berry, and you have to come all the way to 8 to see today's Alice Alberts and Ellie Salthouse entering the top 10.
Ellie up 9 spots here today in the Ironman Pro Series standings.
And this has been the Athletic Brewing Post-Race Report. The next Ironman Pro Series broadcast is Ironman 70.3 Les Sables d'An Vendée on Saturday, June 29th. Watch live for free at proseries.ironman.com. Outside TV, DAZN, and L'Equipe.